How's it going, guys? I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreens.com, and I got another one to review for you guys, and that would be The Infiltrator. If you guys don't know what this movie is, it stars Bryan the Walter White Cranston, and if you don't know what this movie is about, I got the synopsis here. A U.S. customs official uncovers a money laundering scheme involving Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar. It is based on the book by Robert Major, and Robert Major is being played by Cranston, and he is an infiltrator. He goes undercover and he solves, all these cases and stuff, and tries to take the bad guys down. It's justice, baby, yay! So, to be honest with you, I saw one trailer for this movie, and I was really intrigued by it. Not only because it stars Bryan Cranston, but I'm a huge fan of any type of drug lord type of movies, especially ones that are based on real life. I think that has the groundwork to have a really potentially good film on our hands. So how is The Infiltrator? Let's get real and break this down. So let's start with the writing and directing. As far as the writing goes and the way the story is structured, I like it quite a bit. It's thrilling from start to finish. There's a lot of great moments in the film that kind of accentuate what infiltrators do and whatnot. There's a nice kind of 1980s gritty look to it and stuff. So for the most part, I think it's written very, very well. And some of the dialogue was actually really good. I was sitting there just kind of watching, kind of engrossed into this adventure with these people. Some of the dialogue was on point. I was like, hey, that was pretty smart. And so for the way it is written story-wise and structure-wise, I think it's handled very, very well. On the flip side to that, there are some characters that feel a bit underdeveloped, and they feel like, they were there, they served their purpose to move the plot forward and stuff. And that was it, that we didn't really get to know them that well. That only happens with a few of them. But for the most part, I feel like everyone got their screen time that they needed for the character to grow, except for a couple. It kind of felt a little underdeveloped, but it's not that big of a deal to take away from the overall experience. As far as the direction goes, like I said, it's got that 1980s kind of grit, dirty look to it. It's in Miami, so I can feel the dirt, sweat, and tears from these characters and stuff. So I feel like the director really kind of encapsulated this whole entire experience and stuff to make us to put us in the situation as an audience. As far as the scenes go, this is really hard because I don't like to spoil stuff for you guys, and so I'm trying to kind of skip around it. So in some of the scenes and the way they're structured, they happen and then they end very abruptly, and then we just jump to the next thing. So I kind of feel like the director didn't allow some of the scenes to kind of breathe a little bit and kind of expand the story or characters or whatever, and they just ended, and they just kind of left. Even though I was engrossed throughout the entire movie for the most part, some of the scenes did feel cut short and just didn't feel like they were able to breathe. On the flip side, the whole third act, while I liked it and while I found it slightly satisfying to the climax of the movie, I do feel like it was a bit rushed, as if the third act is here, we know what's going to happen, we got to rush and get it all together and stuff. So I didn't feel like that played out as smoothly as the rest of the movie goes, even though I was slightly satisfied with the conclusion, because we all knew, it was coming. I mean, the guy is going to bust, Escobar and some of the drug lords and stuff and whatnot. So we see it, we know it's coming, but I just kind of wish it had more of an impact, I guess. Yeah, emotional impact. There we go. Speaking of Escobar, he's in one scene. I didn't find that to be a problem, because when people read that synopsis, you figure he's going to go toe to toe with Escobar. That's not how Escobar worked back in the day. If you read up on him, if someone were to make a deal with him or help him out or whatever, they go through the chain of command. They go through all of his guys first before it even gets to him. So for Bryan Cranston's character, Robert Major, he's trying to infiltrate his guys, his second hand, his third command or whatever. That way he can take them down, and it would actually lead to the arrest of Escobar and kind of pave that path away to him. So you don't get to see Escobar that much. I guess that'd be kind of a con, I guess. But then again, it didn't really bother me, concerning that when you infiltrate stuff like this, you're not going to infiltrate straight to Escobar. You have to talk to his peeps first. So as far as the acting goes, Bryan Cranston nails it. I believed every single second he was on screen. If you look right there beyond my computer screen, I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. So the fact that he's on the flip side, playing a guy on the law now, trying to bust down a drug lord is kind of ironic. But as far as this movie goes, I felt everything from this character. I really liked the way he portrayed his character. There was a lot of emotional stuff going on throughout the movie. There was a lot of confliction and stuff, because when you infiltrate these people, it starts to take a toll on you psychologically and stuff. And there was just a lot of small moments throughout, like I said in the beginning, that really kind of accentuate the characters and stuff and whatnot. So Bryan Cranston is definitely a standout. He is amazing. The supporting cast is really well done too, except for Amy Ryan. Going back to some of my underdeveloped characters situation, yes, she was there to move the plot forward, but she wasn't even on screen that much. And it's like, why are you one of the names in the headlining actors? It's just, just chill. John Leguizamo. I love this guy. Every time when he pops up in a movie in a supporting character role, the guy knocks it out of the park. If you guys haven't seen Bloodline Season 2, he's in that. That's also in Florida, and it's pretty much the same character almost. Not really. He plays the reverse as well. But John Leguizamo, he was fine. He did his thing. He was a supporting character. But there was one scene in particular, like I said, a lot of little moments sprinkled throughout to kind of accentuate these characters and their jobs and the dangers of this job. When that scene happened, I was like, that's what I want to see from these guys that infiltrate these drug rings and stuff. That's exactly the facial reaction I would have in that situation. And that completely just makes you feel for these guys even more and stuff. So like I said, little moments that make the movie better and make the characters better. Cinematography wise, like I said in the directing, it's got like this kind of 80s grindhouse, almost not grindhouse, but like very grainy look to it and stuff. And like I said, it's filmed in a darkly lit setting for the most part, so you can feel that sweat from these people. Since it is in Miami, you can feel the heat. You feel like you're there. You feel like you are watching Escobar's guys and Escobar and all these things going behind the curtains that you're not supposed to see. It's shot very well, and I think capturing that 80s and that setting really made the film better than what it was, because you were put in that situation. No cons for the cinematography. As far as the editing goes, movie is 2 hours long. I'm not going to lie, after the opening of the movie, which was really great, by the way, really kind of puts you in Robert Major's shoes, it kind of slowed down a little bit. It was a little while longer for me to get into it than I thought I would, but in the end, I was locked in. I was ready to go and stuff. So it was just a gradual kind of process for me. However, once it got your attention and once you were glued to that screen, it did not let go. So I will give it that. As soon as I really got into it, I felt it flowed along a lot faster and stuff. But like I said, with all those abrupt cuts in some of the scenes, it just feels like it kind of jars your perception of the movie a little bit. Oh, wow. And then like it kind of slows down a little bit and kind of ramps up again. So that only happens a few times, but still it's very noticeable. So overall, guys, listen, is the infiltration type of movie a new thing? No, it's not. With movies like Donnie Brasco, this premise has been done a million times. However, this is still a very entertaining one. I think the performances are fantastic. I think it's shot very well. And I think once you get into it, I think the pace of the film is dead on. The suspense is there. It is brimming with that tension. That's what I want to see in these type of movies. And it really just kind of takes you on this roller coaster ride. Some of the scenes felt abrupt. Some of the characters felt underdeveloped. The end felt a little rushed and didn't feel like it was played out enough. But overall, guys, this is a very entertaining infiltration movie. I'm going to give The Infiltrator, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, a B+. So have you guys seen The Infiltrator? Haven't you even heard of it? Comment in the place room on Facebook and let me know. And at the recording of this video, it actually opens tomorrow. So go check it out. I would highly suggest it. If you like movies like Donnie Brasco, it's not near as good as Donnie Brasco, but if you like movies like that, I think you'll really enjoy this film. If you don't catch it in theaters, at least catch it when it hits DVD and Blu-ray and streaming and stuff. I think you would really enjoy it. I recommend this one highly, despite some of the there's flaws with the movie, like I said, but they didn't really hinder my experience. They just kind of were a little disappointing. But I would recommend this one highly for this weekend. I will be reviewing Ghostbusters, but I'm assuming just before I go see Ghostbusters, this will probably be the better movie this weekend. So I'm Chase Lee, guys, and I am reporting for, let me hear the headers, DallasMovieScreens.com, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.